Hey everybody, it's William with the Quarantine Studio again, and just another update here with the Centerfold, or as I like to call it, consumption piece here. And this time around, instead of just showing you, what is going on here, I actually want to demo what I'm doing here. So I'm going to zoom in on this. Using a different camera today. Before I was using my iPhone, so hopefully I'm going to get better results with this camera. And so let me just zoom in just a touch here so you can see what we have so far. And if you recall, this leg that was bent out here was just, well, it just had the beige on it. And so you can see now I have put a coating of something on here, and it is starting to look the way I want. It's got that freshly peeled appearance to it. So before, it was a little more of this kind of beige color that's here. Let's see, I've got a little more of that beige color here. And so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to paint her ribs and her arm up here so you can kind of see what happens. How did we get to this point here? And this is just the first coat. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and I'll put another coat on it and really richen that up. So we'll see how that turns out. But let's get to the demo here. I'm going to go wide on this a little bit, and in order for you guys to see it, it's got to be a little bit wider, unfortunately. So you might not see all of the details. But let me just tell you what I'm painting this with. Once again, this is a technique that I learned from my buddy Jim Lawrence. And Jim, if you're watching it, man, this is all to you, buddy. I'm blaming this on you. So anyway, it's Tamiya Clear Red is my weapon of choice here. And it's not just that. Jim, I think, uses maybe this and maybe some clear red inks, I think is what he goes with. He's really into those alcohol-based inks. But I take a little bit of that and I mix in a little bit of the orange with it. The two numbers here are X27, X26. I don't know if that still relates. Those bottles are very, very old there. But that stuff lasts forever. And then the X25, which is actually a green. Now these say they're acrylic based, and I can believe that, but they've got an odd little smell. In fact, the red here, just a curious little note, maybe it's just me, but the red, when I smell it, I smell cherry cough syrup. Maybe that's just my brain seeing this red cough syrupy looking stuff, and it just implants that or imprints it on that sickening sweet smell. But anyway, enough of that. You want to see the demo here. So what I have is just a little tray of that concoction here, and I don't know that it's going to come over very well. If you look at this as it swirls around, it almost looks like just blood sitting in there. I mean, it's nasty looking. And that's great. The nastier the better. That's the way we want it. So I'm just going to apply this with just a flat brush, pretty liberal. I got to get a pair of eyeballs here. Hold on just a second. Well, that's one of the things of getting older here. You gotta have a spare pair of eyes to do this. Now, so let's see here. So what I do is I just kind of run this in here, and like I said, I'm pretty liberal with it. Let it do its thing. It is going to dry out, and as it dries, it's going to try to collect in all the little recesses here. So it's almost like a wash. And so I just apply this on. Now, where it touches her skin, I'm not quite as liberal with that. I want to be very careful as to the placement of this. So I don't want this running up onto her skin. I don't mind it getting right there on the edge, but I don't want it getting right into that skin. So you see, I'm just going to stop right here and just kind of let it pool and do its thing. So let's see. I've got a little more here, and I may have to go with a little bit smaller brush here in just a moment. But let's see if we can get this in here. Yep, there we go. And so you can see it's kind of pooling and collecting and doing its thing. It's pretty watery. I didn't water it down or anything, just straight out of the bottle. It's fairly watery stuff, so I just kind of left it as is. The real trouble here is trying to discern between what should remain skin and what should be this like stripped flesh area here. So there we go. So it comes out pretty good. Sorry about that. I'm trying to find my target focus area here with this camera, and still just try to paint here a little bit at the same time. Wow, a moment of silence. That's unusual for me. I'm usually jabbering on about something always. So as we paint this, trying to move this along a little bit quicker for this demo. Believe it or not, I actually do this for a living, not the painting part. I did that for a while, and it's all right. But I am actually a professional trainer, and so videos are one of my things. Although a camera is not one of my things. I'm usually training people on computer software, so I don't get on camera much, which is why you're not seeing me on there now. So, so there it is. You've got this kind of stripped flesh look. And that's only going to get compounded as I continue on with this. The leg here, I'll probably do a part 2 of this video here, maybe even just add to this video. But once this dries, I'm going to put another coat on there. And with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken up my little blood mixture here just a little bit more with the green and possibly even a little bit of the blue. I've got a small jar of the X23 clear blue. I won't do without these products anymore. These clear to me is, I usually get the larger jar. It lasts me a pretty good long time. Those things do, and I use them quite a bit, quite extensively. And they are just awesome for creating these kinds of effects. So that's it for right now. All right, thanks guys.